We're super excited that y'all are here with us. Again, we will be back together in person soon and very soon. I know y'all are excited about it. School's going to be getting started here soon. And I know we've got some families and some city packs that are still negotiating. We've got a lot of college kids that are heading off to school this week. So if they're not in the pack with you, make sure you reach out to all our seniors and tell them you love them and maybe give them like a gift card at Target or something because they've got to buy stuff for school. Some are already there. I know some that are going to Bama are already moved in. I saw pictures of Grace and Garrett had moved in today, so this is pretty exciting. But tonight, we've got a cool program for you. I'm really pumped. We're back in the sanctuary again. And again, this is the Jeff, Josh, and Mark show. So if anything fails tonight, there's literally only 3 of us in here. So cut us some slack. Or text me and let me know what's going on. Let me know if it's too loud, too soft, and then I'll pretend like I'm going to help and change something, and then we'll just drive on with the program. But are you ready for a game? You should have in your game packs or your big Ziploc bag that I call game packs that were dropped off to you, you should have a couple things in there. Now, the theme for tonight is being present in the moment. That's been coming up a lot. Well, we've been talking to our seniors, and I talked to Andy today, and you're going to see that here in a second. But being present in the moment. So what kind of games could we play to be present in the moment? Jeff, you go with your coffee, or he's going to bring it with him. We just got back from vacation kind of yesterday, so we're dragging a little bit. But also, shout out to Garrett. Garrett became an Eagle Scout last month, well, actually in April, but we celebrated today, so that's pretty cool. So shoot Garrett a text, tell him you love him, tell him you're proud of him. That's a really big deal. All right, so here's what I need you to do. I'm going to need you to get in your game pack. You have, I'll take the balloons. You have a bag with 2 bowls, right? 1 bowl, 2 bowl, right? And I need you to set them out. All right, you should have enough in there for 4 people to participate. Now, what I want you to do is take your 2 bowls, set them next to each other, and inside that pack also is 27 M&Ms. I hope y'all can see that. If I tilt it anymore, it's going to fall off. 27 M&Ms. Fun fact, by the way, because I wanted to split them up evenly, did you know that every bag of standard size M&Ms, there are 54? 27 times 2 is 54, right? Yeah, there's 54 M&Ms. That's such a random number. But anyways, there's 54. So if you're a person like me that counts things and you like to eat things in 2s, yes, Amber and Jeff is laughing too. Like I can't just have 1 M&M. I've got to have 2, and like sometimes I have to chew them at the same time.
Yeah,
like
so on the way back.
You have a mic.
On the way back from the trip.
Yeah.
Anna has those chewy like lifesavers.
Yeah.
She gives me 5 in my hand.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm like,
what is wrong with you, Brianna?
take one away.
Are you
And
serious?
she was like, 5's a good number because I can turn it to 5 or 10 on a radio station or 15
Yeah.
volume. And I'm like,
can
not in
turn
my
it to
mouth.
Amber we were driving and I got like the little package of like 6 little mini donuts. And she's like, can I have one? And I'm like, but can you have 2? Because it comes in 6. And then she took 1 and I've only got 5 left and so I only ate 4. And like, yeah, right. It's weird. So anyways, you have 27 M&Ms in there, which again is an odd number, but it's also 3 cubes, and I like 3s, so 27 is a decent number. And if you split the pack in 2, that's what you get. Long story short, you have 27 M&Ms, and I'm going to need you to pour them in 1 bowl on your left. Also in there, you have a straw. You actually have 2 straws, so that's in case that you want to play again later and so you can have the best time. But what this game is it's going to require strict concentration, right? You're going to have to focus on what you're doing and not be thinking about other things. You're going to have a race, and you're going to see if you can beat Jeff, all right? And I want to know, adults in the room, y'all make sure that you integrity is important-ish, I guess. But when Jeff finishes, I'm going to let you know, and I want to see who can beat Jeff. So you should have 4 people lined up. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Go ahead and get in the floor. You can get on your knees. You can set it up on a table. But I want you to have 1 bowl of M&Ms on your left, and I want you to have an empty bowl on your right. You're going to use this straw. You want to demonstrate one? You're going to use this straw and only the straw to pick them up and move them into the bowl. You got it? What are you doing? What? That's cheating, dude. You've got to use it with a straw. You got to, yeah. That's also cheating. You've got to use the straw, and through vacuum, you're going to, I don't want to say that. You're going to use the straw to get the M&M from one bowl to the next bowl. Please be set up by now. All right. Y'all got ready? You got your M&M set up. You're lined up. You're ready to go. Jeff's not ready. I'm not. Stop. All right, we definitely need a little supervision in here. Okay, I'm going to count it down. Stop. You're not ready. I'm going to count it down from 10. Y'all ready? You should have 4 participants. All right, 1 straw. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you beat Jeff? 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Go. You got 27. You didn't get the first one. You got 27 minutes, 1 down. Uh-oh. He's got a rhythm going. Oh, thank you, Mark. Here we go. What we got? 3, 4. Uh-oh. He's in the zone. 5. Uh-oh. 6, 7. How y'all doing? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, over halfway there. Oh, you're doing good, buddy. Come on, 15, 16, 17, you about to pass out yet? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 3 more left. Oh, 3, 2, 2. That one's on the side. Boom, time. Yeah, I did. Nice work, man. I'm really proud of you. All right, I feel like that was a pretty good time. If you beat Jeff, all right, then I need you to shoot me a text and let me know that you beat him, and then or shoot him a text and let him know that you beat him and move the M&Ms from bowl 1 to the second bowl. All right, you ready? We got our second game. Feel free. This is pretty fun. If you want to try out your time so you can do it the best when we're done tonight, let's have an M&M moving champion from each city pack. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So now what I want you to do is if you weren't able to participate because there were only 4 bowls, I want you to go, and you've also got in your bag some balloons. There should be 12 balloons in there, and I need you to grab 2, okay? So 6 people can participate in this game. Now, what I want you to do is we're going to play 2 rounds, okay? So I only want 3 at a time. Cool? But yeah, so we were talking about like being in the moment, and so we're going to cue up that video for you. I want you to watch that, see our little conversation, and then we're going to get into small groups. All right, hit it, Jeff. Video, go. All right, so because we're kind of in the middle of a COVID pandemic, it's staff only in the church, but I've been wanting to have our discussion with Andy, who's going to be leaving here soon. Amber, why is your thumb in the middle of the story? This one. What was the worst moment that you had at church with us? The worst.
Like just straight up bad?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just worst. I mean, that's inherent in worst.
It was probably, like, right before I got baptized, because I was like, ah! And then I went into panic mode, and I, like, left the auditorium and, like, had a mini panic attack.
Like that night?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, oh, shut up, to myself. And it was just like, you stop it. And so I just, like, I went back in because, like, my brain was like, no one's gonna check on you or anything, so don't be dramatic, just get back in there. And then it turned out to be a great night, so I was just being dramatic.
So what changed?
Like, in the moment?
Yeah, like when was the moment that you decided, like, I'm gonna do this? Because I don't think that you knew, like, that night,
No.
even, like, going in.
No.
And this was like so far out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, like, I mean, I like, even, like, a couple weeks before, I kind of, like, knew I was gonna, but it was, like, you know, still unsure because, like, it's a big deal, and I knew I wanted to at some point, but, like, was that the point? I don't know. It was just like, let's go.
So what was that moment like? What were you feeling?
Dude, it's been so many months. So many months. Yeah. That was in November.
So what would say? So we said, what's the worst? What was one of your best moments? I'm not even talking about like being in the church building, but with like your church people since you've been here.
Like 3 days ago. It was when Cade was like dying because apparently and then I like cried the entire way home, but it was because he held it together until he saw me. And like we've talked about it before, but because I'm like a weak baby and cry all the time, like he recognizes that it's okay to like show weakness and stuff. And so the fact that when he saw me, he was like willing to let his guard down and show weakness, it was just, whoo boy.
So what did that mean to you that he saw you and that's what he felt?
Felt good.
Yeah.
I'm like, a lot of times I don't, like, I know I exist as a person and like matter, but I don't feel like I'm that important to people and have that much of an effect on people. So to like recognize that I did that and I was like what allowed him to let go was like real cool. Yeah.
So we're talking tonight about like the power of being in a moment. So we've had many conversations about this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it keeps coming up every time I talk to like you seniors is that that learning what you've learned is like to be in the moment. And I really haven't talked about that much. It just kind of comes out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you struggle with the most in like being present in the moments that you're in?
Mainly overthinking. My brain goes a lot faster than like the rest of me, so it's really easy to overthink and get out of it. So I just have to like remember like these are my people. I can be chill. They don't hate me. So.
What are some of the things that you learned that help you stay focused or help you stay present? Or what's the thing that helps you the most doing it?
Just kind of like block out those extra thoughts and just focus on what's actually there around you instead of what's going on in your head.
All right, so last question. What are you going to miss the most about this place?
So much. Definitely the people, because they're, at least to me, the most important part of a church is the community and having those people. So, yeah, the people.
Want to say anything to the kids?
Oh man, I want to give some like good advice, but I don't know. I guess if we're talking about being in the moment, even now, just in this moment, look at the people around you and cherish that stuff. Yeah.
All right. Good work, love you, man.
Love you.
All right. So again, we couldn't have Andy in here in person, but I was super excited to get that on video. And I think some of you, the stream wasn't working as well. So I'm going to explain the games again so that you can play afterwards. You've got two. What? You want to do the games again? Yeah, let's do the games again. Sanders family, you want to do the games again? All right. Well, you popped one of the balloons, so we don't have any left.
Oops.
All right. So we're going to do the games again before we get in small groups. Do the vacuum M&Ms. All right. So you have two bowls, right? Get your two bowls out. One bowl should have 27 M&Ms. We've already been through that conversation. The other bowl should have 0 M&Ms. What you're going to try to do is beat Jeff. Now, I hear that Madison beat Jeff by 14 seconds. Actually, 17 seconds.
No, 17 seconds.
And I hear Lydia got them all over when you were only on 14. All right. So there's extra straws. Please.
It buffered.
That's,
And y'all just thought you beat me? There's no way.
there's too much awesomeness going on in the sanctuary. All right. So if there's somebody else playing, give somebody else a chance to play. Please do not use the same straw that somebody else used. We're trying to maintain sanitary guidelines and restrictions. Plus, it's just gross. All right. So you're going to pick up the M&M with the straw, and you're going to put it in the bowl. All right. And the goal is to beat Jeff. Are you warming up? Okay. The goal is to beat Jeff. There's 27 M&Ms. You ready? Y'all set up? All right. Is it good? You need a new straw. And go. 1. Oh, 2. Oh, nice work. 3. 4. Oh, this is good. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Frank says you... I can't say that word. I don't know where you're at. He's got about 10 left. Yeah. 9. 8. No, 7. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Oh, that was pretty good, dude. That was pretty good. All right. Madison, did you beat Jeff that time? No. So that's the game. Again, it's talking about staying in the moment. You got to really focus on that. Now, this is another game. We're not going to redo this one, but I want y'all to do and play it outside before your parents come to pick you up. We're going to have time for that. But you have 2 balloons, and you have 1 hand, right? The goal is to keep both balloons up in the air as long as you can. And feel free to hit other people's balloons out of their hands, but also be cautious because then you might lose track of your balloons. Because both times I did that, I lost track of mine, right? So you go up, and you got to keep the balloons up in the air, 2 up in the air. You can also play with 3. It's even harder with 3. All right, you got it? All right, that's the game. All right, so Sanders family, Sanders pack, y'all tear that game up. See who's the balloon champ. All right, but for now, we're going to get into our small group time to get things rolling along tonight. So we've been talking about being in the moment, and I love this topic, and I don't know if I've even really taught on this specifically with y'all before, but it's probably one of the first, I guess sermons, but lessons that I ever taught, because I was thinking about what was important about Jesus' ministry. And if you look at Jesus' ministry, there's not like this long sweeping narrative, right? I miss the fact that you don't, or I don't like the fact that you don't get to see what happens kind of between the stories. You know, you don't get to hear the conversations that happen as they're walking from, Nazareth to Galilee, or that's in the same place, but walking from the Sea of Galilee to Jerusalem or wherever it is. Those are probably some of the coolest conversations that I wish we could have got on record. But you do get little snippets, right? And so what we have is a ministry of Christ in a compilation of moments, right? So Jesus' whole ministry is made up of very specific and impactful and powerful moments. Whether he was healing someone, whether he was healing someone internally, whether he was talking to someone when they were ready to speak, when he died for us, when he was resurrected from the dead, all of these things happened in moments. And so there's a power in a specific moment. And I think so often with us is that we spend so much time worrying about what's going to happen in the future that we can't control, or we're terrified because of things that have happened in the past that we can't actually root ourselves in the moment that we're in, which the moment that we're in is the only thing that we can control. It's the only thing that we can change, the only thing we can do anything about, right? I can't affect what's going to happen tomorrow right now. I can't do anything. I can plan and I can think about it and I can worry and all that stuff, but that can go too far, right? And I definitely can't change what's happened in the past. So if I carry things with me from the past into the moment that I'm in, especially things that cause me to fear, that's affecting my ability to be present in the moment. Or if I'm worrying about things that I can't control that are going to happen in the future, then I'm not present in the moment. And the entirety of Jesus' ministry was in moments that he had with individual people who were willing to be present with him in that space. And I believe God operates the same way today, if you're willing to be present. All right? So I want y'all to go ahead and get in your small groups. No bigger than, or no smaller than 3. You can make it as big as you want, probably not any bigger than 5 or 6. But I'd like, 3 or 4 is a perfect size for small groups. Go ahead and break up into small groups. We're going to give you a good 25 minutes to chat and go through these questions. I think they're really good, and I want you to be honest with your group and with yourself as we go through these small group questions. All right, break up. All right, got about 10 minutes left in small groups. Go ahead and keep working your way through them. About 10 minutes left. All right, got about 5 minutes left in small groups, y'all. About 5 minutes left. All right, let's go ahead and come on back from small groups. So I hope you got through some of those questions. Again, I mean, this is up on YouTube, so feel free to go back and ask them and answer them. I think something else tonight is I was looking for some scripture as far as to really exemplify what I'm talking about with Jesus healing, being present in each moment. And Pastor Sarah was preaching from Matthew 14 this morning, and that chapter is full of them. It's full of moments where Jesus was present, where Jesus performed miracles, where Jesus healed, where Jesus did amazing things. So I'm going to touch on a little bit of that, but I want y'all to do that this week or tonight or whenever. Go back and read through Matthew 14. Grab a couple different translations, okay? Read the different contexts that are in there and see how Jesus is present in there. I think this chapter sets up with John the Baptist being killed. And that was Jesus' cousin and friend, right? He was the one who probably knew Jesus before he was Jesus the Christ. He was the one that was present in his life, probably before anyone else outside of his parents were there. And he was killed because he was prophesying about Christ. And as a matter of fact, he was beheaded. And it's just tragic. And this chapter opens up with Jesus getting that news, and he tries to go away onto a mountaintop to pray, to grieve. And I think that's a really beautiful moment, is that when you're in that space, sometimes moments are filled with grief. Sometimes moments are filled with sadness, right? But the thing is if you don't fully experience what is represented in your heart in that moment, then you carry it with you. And so that's what Jesus did. He knew, I need to get away. And then people followed him. And one of the coolest miracles that he did happened, right? They found him on the mountain. He came back down. He healed some people. And then he fed 5,000 of them with a few fish and a few loaves of bread. He did that because he didn't carry the grief with him into that space with the people. He grieved. He recognized the loss of his cousin. And then he came down and he was fully himself in that moment. And so that's what tonight's about, is recognizing the power that exists in each moment. Each moment that you have is a precious gift. Whatever circumstances are going on in your life, whatever things that you have that you're carrying with you, that you tell yourself that you can be sad about, that you can't be upset about, that you're bitter about, that you're resentful about, that you're angry about, you're choosing to carry those with you. You're making a conscious choice to carry those negative emotions into the present moment that you're in. Jesus could have carried the grief of his cousin dying, being killed, with him into that crowd. And maybe he didn't feed 5,000. Maybe he got angry and he told them all to leave and go home, right? But he didn't. He allowed himself to be present, and he chose joy, and he chose compassion, and he chose love in that moment because he didn't carry that stuff with him. So tonight, this is what I want you to do, is let's practice tonight in worship. You all have a candle in your bag as well. It's one of the candles that was here a couple weeks ago on the piano here. Why don't you go ahead and light that and put that in the center of the room, put it on a coffee table. We're not going to do all the candles tonight, but I want you to recognize that one thing. That one candle represents your whole group, right? There's a reason why y'all came tonight. There's a reason why you chose to show up at somebody's house. It might be somebody's house that you've never been to before, to sit around with a bunch of kids in the middle of a pandemic and watch TV. There's plenty of reasons to not be excited about this experience. And if we carry those with us, then we're not going to be able to experience the presence of God that's right here waiting for us. So that candle just represents the collective light of everyone in the room with you. So tonight I want you to do that. I want to walk you through this journey of allowing yourself to be present in each moment, because that's where the power of God exists. It doesn't exist behind you, and it doesn't exist in front of you. It exists right now where you are in the moment that you're in if you allow yourself to be present. So I got a question. What do we do? We worship? What do we do? One more time. What do we do? All right, let's worship in this moment.
right, so let's put our hands together like this, wherever you are. Keep a rhythm going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arise, my soul, remember this. You took my sin and he buried it. All right, so I messed that one up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise, my soul, remember this. He took my sin and he buried it. No longer I who live, now Jesus lives in me. For I was dead in sin, but I woke up to see the light. No, I won't boast, but in the cross that saved my soul. All else is lost. The grip of fear has no hold on me. So where, oh death, where is your sting? No longer I who live, now Jesus lives in me. For I was dead in sin, but I woke up to see the light. Oh, all of this for your glory. We're just going to repeat that line. Oh, all of this for your glory. Sing it again. Oh, all of this for your glory. No, all of this for your glory. All of this. Oh, all of this for your glory. Oh, all of this for your glory. No longer I who lives, now Jesus lives in me. For I was dead in sin, but I woke up to see the light. 1, 2, 3, go! And oh, all of this for your glory. Oh, all of this for your glory. Oh, all of this for your glory. And oh, all of this for your glory. And oh, all of this for your glory. And oh, all of this for your glory. I got a feeling. And I've got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. Oh, I've got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. I've got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. And I've got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. I got a feeling. And I've got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. And I've got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. Let us sleep in world awaken. There's a new day on the rise, and the enemy shaking as the graveyard spring alive. So we will sing, we will dance to the earth that goes the heavens, sing His praise till we see the other side. Let us sleep in world. Let us sleep in world awaken. There's a new day on the rise, and the enemy is shaking as the graveyard spring alive. Let us sleep in world awaken. There's a new day on the rise, and the enemy is shaking as the graveyard spring alive. So we will sing, we will dance to the earth that goes the heavens, sing His praise till we see the other side. Our redemption. Jesus, our redemption, and our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever, His kingdom come. People come together, strangers, neighbors, our blood is one. Children of generations, of every nation, of kingdom come. So don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up high, don't fear no evil. Fix your eyes on this one truth: God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where our help comes from. Jesus, our redemption and our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever, His kingdom come. So don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up high, don't fear no evil. And fix your eyes on this one truth. God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where help comes from. Swing wide, all you heavens. Let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Swing wide, all you heavens. Let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Sing it out, swing wide. Swing wide, all you heavens. Let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Swing wide, swing wide, swing wide, swing wide, all you heavens. Let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Sing it out, swing wide, all you heaven. Let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. What's His name? Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in His blood. Oh, we sing Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever, His kingdom come.
How often do we complicate it more than that simplistic understanding of who God is in our lives? How often do we take it into something else? How often do we try so hard to be something else other than recognizing that Christ is with us and in us with clean hands and a pure heart through good grace because God's good? You see, Jesus sets that example, and in chapter 14 of Matthew, he comes down and he feeds the 5,000, and then he sends the disciples ahead, and he has this amazing moment with Peter. Some of you might remember, but this is when he walks on the water, and everybody talks about Jesus walking on water, right? But here's the thing, is that Jesus called Peter out of the boat. Jesus didn't just walk on water to show that he could walk on water. Jesus walked on water to call Peter out, to be able to walk on the water with him. Jesus didn't do the things that he did in order for him to just do them. Jesus showed who he was through the presence of Christ in him to be the example of how we're supposed to live. And it's fully present in each moment. And Peter took that step out of the boat, and he did, and he was present, and he locked his eyes on Christ. And then what did he do? He looked down, and he sank. Do you think Jesus left Peter in that moment? No, but for a brief moment, Peter walked on the top of the water. That's the offer. But see, Peter became afraid. And that's what happens when we worry about what's happened behind us. If we carry that fear with us into the moment that we're in, and that fear just becomes this toxic sludge around our heart, and it controls the way we think and we feel, and we can't allow ourselves to be present. We're afraid of what might happen that's happened in the past, and it might happen again. We might get hurt again. We might not feel God's presence again. We might get betrayed. We might feel grief, feel sadness, feel pain. And so what do? We wall it off. But we're blocking the very thing that's the receipt of Christ's time for us, the beautiful power that exists in each moment to literally walk on water. There's another character in the story at the end, and she's often overlooked, but there's this moment where Jesus is walking, and this lady who had been sick since she was very, very young, she had a bleeding disease. Man, and she just knew that if she could reach out and touch Jesus's cloak, just touch his pant leg, that she would be healed. Man, she was probably worrying. She was worrying, what if it didn't happen? I'm going to look so dumb. People are going to see me. They're going to know that I'm unclean. They're going to know that I'm sick. I'm going to get kicked out. I'm going to be discovered. But she didn't worry about that. She came and she touched Jesus' pant leg, and she was healed in a moment. Jesus didn't sit down with her and pray and ask her a bunch of questions. Be like, do you believe this, or do you believe that? Or, okay, you're good, you're in. You can be healed now because you answered the right questions in the right order, in the right manner. No, she reached out and touched him because she was bold in the moment and didn't worry, and she was healed. That's what we're talking about tonight, kids. So here's what I want you to do. School is about to start. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Some of you are going off to college this week. There's a million things to worry about. I want you for just a second to think about those worries. What are they? Are you worried for your family? Are you worried for your future with relationships, with your parents, with your siblings, with your friends? Are you worried about that friend that you haven't heard from at all during the pandemic? Are you worried about the friends that you're talking probably too much to? Are you worried about the friend that's sitting right next to you? Are you worried about yourself? What's going to happen with school, with sports, with life? Some of you might be looking at moving. I want you to name that worry, and I want you to see how it's controlling you. And I want you to let it go. Some of you might be holding on to fear of things that happened in the past. You see, if we hang on to that fear, and if we carry that fear with us, then it prevents us from seeing the beauty and the glory of God's presence with us. You see, the trick isn't that God's something out there, or that Christ is something that we can only read about in a book. But Christ is a beautiful expression of God's love within you right now, in this moment. Don't squander it. Don't waste it. Every moment is a precious gift. So tonight as we close, I want you to do that. I I want you to just open up your heart. I want you to let go of the fear from what's happened in the past. I want you to let go of the worries of what might come in the future. I want you to just be present and say, God, what do you need to show me tonight? I want you to reach inside of yourself and take the most difficult journey and hear the power and let God heal you. God, we're with you tonight. We feel your presence. We're letting go. Speak to us.
I just want you and nothing else, and nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you and nothing else, and nothing else, Jesus, nothing else will do. I just want you and nothing else, and nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you and nothing else, and nothing else, nothing else will do. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet, and I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never want it. Oh, I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything, and more than anything that you can do, Lord, I just want you. And I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. And I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet, and I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never want to leave. Oh, I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything, more than anything that you can do. I just want you. And I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet, and I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave. Oh, I'm not here for blessing. Jesus, you don't owe me anything more than anything that you can do. Oh, I just want you. I just want you, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you, nothing else, nothing else, Jesus, nothing else will do. And I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart.
All right, for this last song, I want to do something. I think that there's nothing more powerful than prayer when two or more are gathered. So I want you to pair up. I want you to pair up with somebody in your group. If there's an odd number of you there, you can have a group of 3. But I want you to just pray for each other for this last song. I don't want you to sing along. I don't want you to even look at the TV. I want you to just be present with each other in this moment. And I want you to tell the person that you're with what you need them to pray for. Now, if you don't want to pray out loud, you don't have to. God doesn't need you to say it. Yeah, there's power in words, but there's also power in just orienting your heart towards God's presence with you right now. Sit next to each other, close enough to where you can hear. Spread out in the room, wherever you are. And I just want you to pray for each other. Pray for that fear, or pray for that worry. And I want you to pray with all your heart. Not the right words, not the good words, just honesty, authenticity. As we pray for all of you, I want you to pray for each other. So go ahead and pair up. Adults, help. Sit down next to each other. God, I want you to be present with each pair of kids that are gathered around tonight. And even those that are watching alone, God, I pray that you allow them to feel our prayers as we reach out to them. God, be present with us in this moment as we seek to find the joy and the beauty of your presence in our lives in every single moment. God, allow ourselves to let loose the things that hold us back in fear, and allow us to let loose of the things that stumble us up in worry. God, hear our prayers as we reach out to each other. and lift those prayers up to you.
Well, come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive. I'm gonna sing to you, dry bones, till you're covered in light. In the valley blue like a rosebud in the light. And hear the call to attention, yeah. Feel the change in the air. For the ground is dry, but the clouds are overhead. And I want to sing it again. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive. Well, are you waiting on heaven? Or is it waiting on you? For the Holy Ghost is already in the room. So you better get ready, 'cause who knows what he'll do. When the four winds blow, there's a breakthrough breaking through. And I'ma prophesy again. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive. Get up and rise, rise. So leave those shackles in the grave now and dance like you were young. And you don't have to live in chains now. There's a key within your song. You do not have to live in chains now. No, do not have to live in chains now. There's a key within your song. So leave the past where it belongs, child. Take a leap into the light and find that freedom you were born for. You tell the soul to rise, arise, arise, arise. Get up and rise. Get up and rise, arise. And I'ma sing it again. Come alive. Come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, and hail the light. Come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive. Get up, you dry bones. A new life is born. Get up, you dry bones. There's a key within your song. So leave the past where it belongs, child. Take a leap into the light and find that freedom you were born for, and you tell your soul to rise, arise, arise.
Amen. I want you to take that with you. Take that beauty with you, that there's freedom in the moment. There's power in the moment. Don't carry what fears you've gathered from the past that block you from God's love for you in this space. Don't let the worries that lie ahead of you block you from being able to receive God's wisdom and healing and purpose for your life in this space. We can't wait to see you in person. We are so sick and tired of live streaming worship. But we love you. We're glad you're going to your city pack. So we can't wait to see you soon. And we'll see you next week. Love y'all.